Bam, bam, bam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in. And you know, it's Saturday night, but just because it's Saturday night, well, the kids were messing with my microphone and everything. It's insane. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. Boom. Put the lemon into the water. Here we go. Take a big sip of the water. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here for Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. Getting ready for the week ahead. We have a lot to go over. It was fun for a while, but now we have the serious task of tracking bitty Bitcoin. So if you were in my flavor, in my coach, in my team, you know I've been longing Bitcoin. I am up now. Stop loss is now at break even. We are in the money. Bang, bang, bang. Shout out to anyone that longed with me over and over and over and over again. I kept long. I saw this inverted head and shoulder, complex inverted head and shoulder. Swing up to here. This was your measured move to about this area here, 24,000. We got pretty close. We got to about 23,957. We'll take a look at the weekly candle. I did it a little differently today. There you go. I may start dulling it down. Anyway, so here's the complex inverted head and shoulder that I put out earlier this morning. If you would watch my Bitcoin update, that one was weak, but I could do better. But it's like, get ready for the Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. Wow. Insanity. Shout out to everybody here. I like people that have never heard it before. They can't handle it, but they're like, dude, we've been doing this for 2 years. It's on you if you didn't know that's what the lifer did. I'm streaming out here, baby. My kids are freaking out. Shout out to everybody here in the live stream. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. On our way to 39,000 subscribers, 38,946, about to break through the 39K and to hit that 40,000 region. Can we do it? I know we're going to do it. When are we going to do it? How fast can we do it? Let's get it in. What up, Sam Price? Shout out to Egyptian Heat in the house. Shout out to everybody here on the live. You're here with Sam Price on the live. Sam Price on the live, baby. Sam Price on the live. Streaming and screaming, baby. Shout out to Joker NYC. Sounds like my motorcycle, baby. Sounds like you ride Harleys, man, with that screaming Eagles. So look, we called along. We got along, right? And all we really wanted was the length of the back end of the triangle. I mean, we weren't asking for a lot here, right? The mission of the inverted. We could dump from here. We're going to take a look at all the bullish and bearish symbols here. We're not just going to leave you with all we want. We're going to kind of break it down. We're going to clean up the old mess. We're going to rework the chart, and we're going to start from scratch like we kind of do every single week. So here's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to go to Bitcoin on the Coinbase chart, all right, which I have it in this upward trending flag that does have a measured move to about $27,000, all right? And I believe on the daily time frame, I have circled and pointed out that a golden cross is about to happen. It's about to happen. And if it happens, no, that's not proper English if you're learning from another country. It's about to happen, not about to happen. But look at, this is bending to the upside on the daily time frame. All right, let's break down what happened. The daily candle closed absolutely bullish engulfer. Ate through most of these wicks. Solid gainer, and solidified the idea that we have support at $23,000. I kept telling you how important 23K was. It was a big deal. It was a battle. And so far, so well, we have won it. I do see tweezer tops, but the low stochastics on the daily and the golden cross approaching, showing me signs of something big happening. So just wanted to show you that idea. We'll break it down and again, but that's just something you want to look at. Let's take a look at our weekly. And I mean, look at this Bitcoin. The last time we had 1, 2, 3 beautiful candles on the week that strong, honestly, it was one of these runs here, this run here, and really only bull run era type of feels, right? And again, it is the dollar is dumping, and that's what you could expect. Look at the weekly. Usually, the 50 never does go below the 200 SMA. It gets close on the 2-week. On the weekly, you know, you should bend away. So to me, everyone's like, oh, we're going to get a death cross on the weekly. Not that worried about it. Usually a death cross is latent on the weekly. You'll drop, then get a death cross. I mean, we haven't experienced it before, so I guess it could free people out, right? But again, I mean, the 2-week chart still staying well above the 200 SMA as well. We just got to get above the 200 SMA on the weekly. We do that, that's going to change my tone for a while. Now, there's a chance we get rejected by the 2-week, and we head lower for a bit of a bounce. So there's no guarantees here that we're in the money. There's no guarantees we're going to win. All right, I'm going to break down both the bearish and the bullish scenarios for you. All right, so one would say, here's the bearish scenario. We'll go for the bearish scenarios first. All right, once we go over our weekly candle. So the weekly candle opened at $20,879.67. The high was $23,375.60. The low was $20,370.01. The candle would close at $22,714.87, up $1,835.17, up 8.79% on the week. A beautiful, sorry, I was wrong. Sorry, hold up, my bad. Let's start this over. We opened at $22,797. No, wait. Yeah, we opened at $22,717. All right, here we go. Yeah. We opened at $22,700. The high was $23,966. The low is $22,326.24. We closed at $23,745.80, up $1,030.93, up 4.54, up 4.54% of the week. A 5% weekly candle, 3 white soldiers headed to the 200 weekly SMA on the weekly time frame, right? And we could be having one of these rallies where we slump back down. This just could be a bear market rally to the upside, get everybody somewhat excited before we kind of slump on down and continue the rounded bottom. Could be some time to take profits. Is it time to load up? Everyone is kind of in between. If I was up 5x on a little coin, I would be taking some profit. Anytime I'm up, I learned my lesson that no matter what the market feels like or where you're going, I'm taking some profit. If I'm in for the long term, I'll let it ride, right? Do we come back and revisit some areas? Let's take a look at what we're looking at on the weekly time frame. So weekly has resistance right here, and weekly really respects the candles. The wicks are there to give you a range, but it's really, to me, about the candles on the weekly. So you want to look at where the last 2 weekly candles have closed. And right here, you got them right there at 24,367, all right? So you get above that area, 24,367. And so now that's going to be my line on the sand. You're going to hear me mentioning those numbers a lot. 24,360, 24,370 area, right? I'm going to be like, there it is. That's that weekly. We get above that. We want to use that because you won't be able to see it as well on the other time frames. We want to use that. We want to bounce off this area. We want to get above here and get a bit of a bounce. All right. So that's going to be our next, and we have some support here in this kind of, these 2 candles closed right there on the weekly. So you do have weekly support right there, and you got weekly support right here. All right. Right there. So we could bounce off any of these 2 areas, even this third one here at 20,900. And they all would be viable for a pullback. If we had to pull back, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Or if we made some type of right shoulder, like this could be One thing I'm speculating on is this is like a right shoulder. We got a head here. We could make like kind of another slanted right shoulder of some type and break to the upside in a way. All right. So bearish scenarios that we pull back all the way to about 20,009, 19,100 would be like my limit. Once we hit that, I would change my whole story. You would see me switching short. We'd be looking probably below the two, And again, to even get there, we're going to have to break below the 200 SMA on the daily time frame, which we're about to have a golden cross on. We've moved up like this, and now we're beginning to consolidate. So this is a very bullish sign that we didn't give back the areas that we got above. They held as support right here, held as support so nicely so far. All right, we'll break down the daily, but this is a good sign. 4-hour time frame would also have to break below the 200 SMA. These things would begin first before we would break down to the bigger places on the weekly. So I'll have you. That's what I tell everyone. Everyone worries about where Bitcoin's going to go and what's going to happen. And I tell everyone, I go over it every 5 to 7 hours every single day. It doesn't move. Only every once in a while does it move so fast that I won't catch it. And even then, it's been maybe 1 or 2 a year. I catch almost every single move because I got an alert. I'm watching it. It's my life. So you will know if you join my trading group what's happening with Bitcoin. You'll be privy to it. And look, I was not trying to be toot my horn, but the indicators that I used were correct again. Even if it was just a short-term pump, I've been long all week long. Many people were short. We watched like a brigade, thousands and thousands of people get completely, absolutely liquidated today in that bigger run-up earlier right in here. Look at that. I mean, they just, 191,000, 624,000. Look at that. That's a 1.2 mil, $1.4 million. Why lose your accounts here? We were figuring out there was highly likely a move coming to the upside, even based on the liquidity on BOOKMAP this morning. Said if we had to see anything, there's just more liquidity up here. It's likely we go up. And that's what happened. Who watched this morning's update where we went over all these awesome ideas? Who's been long with me all week because of your own ideas, not even because of mine? Who's just been rocking with me long all week long, baby? The only thing that worries me is how bullish YouTube has been the last couple of days. A lot of people calling for a bull run. Anything could happen. But they jump on. I mean, I've been calling the reversal for a long time. I called the reversal of the S&P in the beginning of October. So far, we've gone high above those levels. Another bearish scenario is this is a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. But to me, it began here, not there. It's really beginning there, like this rising wedge. So if it breaks down here, and it just stays inside this channel. So I'm not that stressed about it. You know what I mean? And if it breaks out parabolically and goes up to 30K. Another thing that I keep discussing is the VRVP. And as subtle as it is, look at the beautiful gap we got going on. That's a beautiful gap. We can easily get to 30K from here pretty fast. And remember, Bitcoin can make 20%, 30% moves. Now 7K is 30%. Before at 15,000, right? 5,000 was 30%, right? So just showing you, it's just the idea that as it gets bigger, it's easier to move. 10K, now 1K is a lot smaller than it was just a month ago, right? So, what up, lifers? Started from the bottom. I'm a lifer. Shout out to CLX. Shout out to Rocket Dog. He's been with me for a long time. Everybody give Rocket Dog a shout out. He's been kicking with me for I remember tutoring him a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years. Shout out to Rocket Dog in the house. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. I'm not calling this anything. I'm going one day by day. See, everyone else that's calling it is saying, I think, I feel, I believe. Who knows? Who knows? I'm going to tell you this. As long as we stay above the 200 SMA, we are in a bull run. So right now, in my mind, we are in every single bull run in the world on any asset started when you got above the 4-hour time frame, the 200 SMA. Doesn't mean every time you get above it, it's the beginning, but it could be. The daily follows, and that's a big sign. So again, if we go below it, I'll change my entire story. And you're like, damn, you flip-flop. No, I do not. I just know exactly how to read the tea leaves. Tight moving averages. telling me something is brewing here to the upside. We're about to get a golden cross. I believe we get a bounce up into this area. And then once we break through this area, it's going to be very easy to get to here. You'd be surprised how quick we'll be at 47,000. I think people will be pretty surprised because we've been rocking through the VRVP. The liquidity's been there. You have a lot of people that wish they had got in. Also, the economy's worse than it was the last time people wish they got in. As the economy gets worse and worse, people get more worried about getting in and worried that they should have gotten in. And the FOMO brews, and people just continuously kind of flow back into Bitcoin. And it creates that, oh man, why didn't I? You know how many people wish they got 16 and 17,000? My account is soaring. Just continues to go up on and on and on and on and on. Over and over again. You know what I mean? So, damn, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Wanted to show, sorry about that. But look, the Litecoin halving coming in July 2023, 29th. I mean, that's not that far away. And look, the Bitcoin halving moved up to March 21st. Usually it's in May. That's exciting that it's basically about a year away. We're a year away from the halving. That's a year where you really need to start paying attention. You know? Are you excited for the Bitcoin halving in about a year? Are you excited for the Bitcoin halving in about a year? LMK, baby, LMK, let me know. Are you excited for the Bitcoin halving in about a year? And I don't have to send it yet. Are you excited for the Bitcoin halving in about a year? Send now. Question mark. ADA trending, PulseX trending, FEG token. FEG actually was a pretty big winner back in the day. Thing pumped unbelievably. Pretty crazy FEG. The old FEGery, you know? So Bitcoin. Rising wedge could consolidate here at a resistance point, right? It's got to basically make a high above this previous high here, like right here. 25,167. Remember, that, let me just move back. Write this down. The weekly support was 24,367. Write that down. The weekly support was 24,367. Again, the weekly support. We went over it pretty deep in tail. That number is going to come into play. I'm telling you right now. The 24,367 number, because I may move it on the daily now. The daily here, heavy resistance is our last chance, 20. So we need to make a high above the previous high. Bitcoin has to close a daily candle above 24,000. Stochastics say, yes, we will. The fact that we reset down on the stochastics while price went up is the anomaly. In the anomaly video that I went to watch, you got to understand these ideas. Let me show you something that'll blow your mind. Go to my channel. Spend a lot of time watching my channel. People don't realize the amount of information on the channel alone. Anomaly in the stochastics. You got to watch this. This would have guided you through what happened right now. And it would have changed kind of maybe the whole way you look at trading in general. I would definitely take a look at this video. Only 911 people. It's a shame with my 39,000 subscribers. And the subscribers keep growing. I saw a lot of people say they lost subscribers in the bear market. We may have not grown as fast at times, but we never stopped growing. We continued to move. People respected the every single day hustle that we presented. Shout out to Max Global. Open up an account at Max Global. Link in the description below. How do you find out where my links are to every video? And again, I do receive commission for many of the links. But look, hit any video you want. All right? Check it out like this one. Okay? From a day ago. And look, I mean, we got links to amazing things. Coinbase, Binance, Binance.com, if you want to get down. KuCoin, Bolsadex, Max Global right there. And jump on into Max Global today. Yes, I love Max Global, man. Has a lot of new and interesting coins that you won't have access to. And it does have things you can also check out here on TradingView. Shout out to Edgeware. Looked at Edgeware today at 5 in the afternoon. All right. You can see I put a post out here looking at Edgeware. 501. I keep hitting these 22-hour golden crosses on the flag. There was a golden cross coming on the 22-hour. Stochastics were pushing up with lack of bearish momentum. inside of a bit of a flag, kind of a double bottom there, a bit of a W. And this thing would bang for 38%, still holding gains of 25.99%. Edgeware banging on up to the upside. We nailed Bitcoin to the upside, right? It was another day of fun, all right? My elite hitting TEM for gains for 39%. Edgeware, as you can see, Chi went up 6%, just a little bit. That's consolidating tighter in the zone, though. I'm looking for a bigger move out of Chi. Wild, we put in this ascending triangle. Would boom out for 26% gains. Mwah, Chalbela. And Morpheus Labs would bounce out of that golden pocket from a January 8th, took 20 days for 78%. And Heart just continues to go from the initial entry for 121% too as well. And there was more. AGIX had a little 28% gains out of a flag to the upside. EXRD as well. This weekend has been insane. EFX hit for gains as well. Pretty nuts. Saturday and Sunday were unexpectedly, I mean, I guess not unexpectedly, there was a lot of setups, and I kept saying, hey man, this market is starting to rip. You know, something is brewing here. So this is kind of what got us here. This was all the work that we did to get this far. All right. I am going to delete it and start fresh if you don't mind. All right. This trade I do want to hold until it gets to 25K. It was entered in at 22,700. Stop loss at break even at this point. So I'll put this back. Right. And, that's kind of, I'll track it again here. But look, I want to just start fresh. So here we go. You're like, oh my gosh. Helps me look at perspective. It's how we got here in the first place. The reason why I do this. So, okay. I'm looking at the 12-hour. I want to fight. You know, we're in the local areas of support and resistance. So we got these two nice areas. And we're back above them. We showed signs. We hung out here at the volume area high. To me, it says we want to go up to 30K. That's what it's telling me. And we just got to break through this one resistance. Sorry, my finger slipped, which was a shame. And we just got to make it through this one resistance in order to shine right here, in order to get where we want to go, which is not that hard. And, okay, you could say, okay, we have one other level here, right where we're at. Resistance on a wick, wicked above it. Resistance on either side of this angle. All right. I guess you could say that's the first one, but okay. So these are the two areas that we need to get back to above. A little bit of a gap here says it's pretty easy to get to 24,300. All right. Remember that weekly support, 24,367. We want to get above that, hold the candle above that. So now we understand kind of where we sit for Bitcoin. All right. We understand that we definitely broke this big trend line and we broke to the upside. That happened. All right. This falling wedge definitely broke out. All right. It is what it is. I don't even think we really need it anymore. You can keep the trend line there if you'd like. All right. A couple people are pulling a Fibonacci saying, hey, could we come back down to the 618 and bounce to that 18,800, 19,100 area, right? Reason why I believe that's not going to happen is because we had a chance here, and at these rejection points, the bears should, in my humble opinion, have brought us to retest, but this fact that we got pushed up and we short squeezed, too many people were shorting and got wrecked. I believe there's still too many shorts up here. There's still too many people that believe they're right, and they're going to get saved by 25K. And there's a high likelihood of another squeeze to the upside. Boom. What happens is people that don't get wrecked think, oh, look at all the people that should have kept, oh, they got wrecked in here. And they keep thinking, well, I was right. I've been shorting since 69. Why would I get out now? And they're still here. They're still here. So there's a stop loss, a stop loss, a stop loss, a stop loss. And a bunch of people that are still believing that we're going to hit a resistance and drop, that this is a fake rally. All right. So if you believe it's a fake rally, it's going to be very easy for you to get shredded. If you don't know what kind of rally it is and you tell yourself you know nothing but the fact of your own ignorance, like a crypto lifer, and you tell yourself you're going to take it one day at a time, one step at a time, every 5 to 6 hours, and you're just going to trade the level by level, then you're likely to be pretty all right. You know what I mean? You know, the odds are going to be better that you don't get proven wrong because you're going to, or hurt yourself because you think you have to be right. So to me, this is a flag. It is an up moving flag, and we're at the top of it. So we break this down, and we could easily come back down to the bottom of the flag. I took Gala 3L for 73.7. Biggest gain I've ever made. This is just a small thank you for all you do. I love you, brother, and pray God showers your family with blessings If you want to change your life, take the course and shoot for the stars. Anything is possible. Somebody said, hey, would you take the course? This man just gave $99, which is the cost of the course, to tell you that the course is worth it. So he's able to give the cost of the course away. Before he took the course, I don't think he did that, but now he does. Confidence came from trading, came from education. Shout out to Jason Riggs for the $99.99. May God bless you for the super chat. You are the man. Thank you so much for the love, brother. Unbelievable. A $99 super chat. Can you believe the love that I receive every single day? May God bless each and every one of you that have come here. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Thank you, Jason Riggs. May God bless you and your family for the blessing you just put on my family. And that's going to hit you back tenfold. May a $1,000 trade come your way, my man. May a $1,000 trade come your way. Amen. Then I drink water to that, the sacred water. Everyone get yourself a Trezor today. Link in the description below. I got the Trezor Touch. This is the one I really, really like to use. It's the easiest. You can even get the less expensive, smaller Trezor here. If you really want to get down, you can get this Trezor, right? Model T, or the first generation. But I really like the Trezor Touch. It's a lot easier to maneuver, a lot better, a little bigger, nicer for the hands. And honestly, be your own bank. Don't leave it on an exchange for too long. If you've made over a couple grand in your life, buy a $200 way to be your own bank. $200, all right? $219, something like that after it comes through. This thing is unbelievable. Absolutely love it, the Trezor Touch. Get it today. Not your keys, not your crypto. What are you doing? I've had Trezor, been with Trezor, and been using Trezor since 2017. Just started affiliating with their products. Trezors, baby, Trezors. Absolutely love a Trezor. So, back to Bitcoin. I see a bearish divergence. I see swing up to swing up here. I see swing down to swing down here. Okay? It is a bearish divvy. However, this was a bearish divvy here, and it kind of got negated at this point when we came back up. So you can almost say that this was bearish divergence, and now we're pretty kind of together. We came up, we went up. We came down, we came up. And we're kind of, So there's kind of two sides to the coin here. Another thing is this is a swing low to a swing low, uptrend. And this is kind of flat. And one would argue that that is slight. It's kind of hidden bullish. I normally see it more when you have this nice uptrend in the gap here, right? But it has the hidden bullish vibes. However, I do have to call it out as feeling some Bart Simpson-esque vibes, hitting a resistance point. And, so there's some bearish tones here on the 12-hour time frame. But we do have gas on the momentum indicators too as well. So right now, the way I see it, the way the indicators are speaking to me, is we got this really nice support at 22,600. Long as we stay above 22,006, I stay very bullish. That's going to be kind of my line in the sand. We go lower than that, things start to change, right? And I'll be on the lookout for this. Shoulder, head. Do we make some type of slanted right shoulder and try to break down? That could be happening. So I'm not going to negate. I'm not going to get my head so high in the clouds because I hit one of my longs that I don't believe that we can't go to the downside, right? But I do see a short squeeze highly likely coming tomorrow morning, possibly, And I wouldn't be surprised if you wake up tomorrow morning or into Tuesday, and we're sitting at $26,000, $27,000. Hi, Sam. CLX, $290. Sam, I thank God today for allowing me to find you. I'm finally making gains. JASMY 3L, please. Love you, brother. Lifer for life. How's my girl doing? Shout out to Gina Bombina. She's doing great. Had a ledger, but not simple to use your link to get Trezor because I use Exodus. Should link up easier. Thanks, brother. Love you and your work. Had a ledger, but not simple to use. Use your link to get the Trezor because I use Exodus. Should link up easier. Thanks, brother. Love you and your work, man. Hey, man, Centrifuge. Thank you so much for using the link, man. May God bless you and yours, dude. Very nice of you. Very, very nice of you. Super chats just came in from Gina, the Magic Bombina. She's unbelievable. She can do everything. She can do it all. And she's throwing it down. We got Crow. We got XYL. We got D-Race. We have JASMY. We have ADS. That's a fun little group of chats. And Gina's hit me again in case I had some triple ADHD and just decided not to see it like earlier this morning or last night. I think it was last night. You were like, hey, yo, stomp on his foot and yeah. Tell your friends I'm short from 23.9 and Dubai boys, but it's over now. Join the 99, my brother. How about that XYO? I'm still in XYO. It's sideways, baby. Sideways. Everyone's waiting. Everybody's waiting. Can you look at D-Ray? Someone asked about it. It's on the ledger. So here, bigger pattern at play. We can see our support and resistance areas that we need to kind of, respect. And we kind of see the areas that we may come back to. And we know what to watch out for on the way up. The 200 SMA on the 4, the 200 SMA on the 22 in the daily, right? And how's the 333-minute time frame looking? It's looking a little bearish, like we may come back down to the bottom of the channel. So I do see a pullback tomorrow, possibly, for Bitcoin, right? Let's look at our 1 hour. Ooh, the 1 hour looks pretty good, though. 1 hour and the 15-minute look gravy train. 4 hours a little high to me. So we're in that, So here, when this happens, I just flag out the 1 hour. A lot of times when the 1 hour and the 15-minute are low, I just trade bullish, regardless of the rest of the market. Depending. I mean, not every time, but, we are at a resistance. The 4 hour wants to bring us down, and we're getting red, And a lot of times what I will see is the 4 hour will keep pressing. The 1 hour will stay down here, and you'll just kind of you'll do something like this, and you'll dump back down to the bottom of the pattern, right? But if you see the 1 hour staying good and green and sideways, and you see it kind of start to curve aggressively, there's a chance we hit that measured move to 24.8, and we could wake up at 24.8 tomorrow. It is Sunday night into Monday morning. Heavy volatility. A lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of ins, a lot of outs, a lot of insanity. So just remember to be careful. There's a lot of insanity going on, a lot of ups and downs. Just be very, very careful. All right. Candles are red. Now they're all green. The prettiest forest you've ever seen. Little Bubble. All the bears are dead. Yo, I love Little Bubble, man. He's the best. Remember when he came out? I like XY2. I made 3X in the first 4 days of the year. The first coin to big pump. It cooled off now. It's prepping for a big pump again. Nice seeing you in the chat. Shout out to Robert Salazar in the house. Shout out to Liberty or Death. RPG Takeoff, my man. Asia has been off last week too. Hope you smushed that like button. Decoding. Stock traders selling to get into stocks maybe. Or to get out of it. You mean selling stocks to get into crypto. DMTR Takeoff, baby. The Illuminati sent me. Shout out to Mr. A1 with the good sauce. You're funny. Gina, you the best. Shout out to Tony. Shout out to everybody here. SBF made it all back in one trade. I know, right? Probably. He probably could, too. He explained, dude, we could become solvent in 2 seconds. Just show me. Let me show you how to do it. Dude, I didn't take anybody's money. I just know how to make it happen. Sorry. Oh, my gosh. Once I learned that I could arbitrage from one place to the next, make billions of dollars with my mommy's money, I decided... Sam Moore, yo, you stop. I should donate just for suggesting. I would never spot trade on an exchange again. I know, right? XTZ, we have a chance. California DMV news around Tezos. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to watch this flag on Bitcoin in the 1 hour time frame. Right here, we do have a little bit of 1 hour support from these resistance moments hitting at 23,383. That's your local area. And if we fall, we're likely to come down to the bottom. Remember, this is a rising wedge that could break down 68% of the time. This is what we got going on right here. This is what I see cooking. It's not amazing. This is what's going on. 1 hour could break us up. And it's looking pretty bullish with the 15. Right? So we're going to watch the 1 hour and the 15-minute tonight as they have some bullish tones. The 4 hour does not look good at all. But the 22 hour still has gas. And the daily is just getting started. The daily tells me that we're going to 30K. And probably if we do go to 30K, it's likely we go to 30K on this next cycle. And I mean in the next 2 weeks. So you might want to stamp that and mark it. And again, I don't know anything but the fact of my own ignorance. I have no clue where we're going. I don't have any idea. No idea, but you never know. You absolutely never know. Shout out to the weekly candle close with 618 beautiful people on the live. 300 likes, $141 in chat revenue. You people are unbelievable. This stream is blowing up, and we haven't even gotten into the beginning of the bull market yet. Imagine what this stream's going to be like when we hit the bull market in a year from now. When the day we stream, when the Bitcoin halves, the day Bitcoin halves, a year from now. And we're going to hit our 1,000th show. We're show number 755 episodes, and we started the episodes. I had started the episodes after I'd been doing the show. So that number is not even accurate, which is insane. Probably like we must be at show 1,000 by now, but we want to keep it official. So episode number 755, Bitcoin Bears Get Wrecked. The king is back. Bitcoin, baby! I just had to, man. What a move for Bitcoin today on a Sunday while you sat there thinking football was the only thing that was going to be fun. I don't even care about the Chiefs and the Bengals right now. I'm looking at Bitcoin, baby, and it's hot to trot. So tonight we're going to watch the 1 hour and the 15-minute. Heed that the 4 hour could just continue to bank us to the downside. I've seen that happen many times. If you start to lose this level, it's likely we're getting pushed down by the 4 hours. So here's the deal. If you're really salty for a trade tonight, which I don't like to trade Sunday night into Monday, you know, a lot of profits should have been taken this morning. There's some alts we'll look at. It doesn't mean we can't trade alts. You know, alts are a little different, and microcap gems are a little different. They operate on a different kind of parameter because they have a smaller batch of entry, which can affect them easier, and they don't kind of sway with the macro moves of Bitcoin. So we have a little bit of wiggle room there. But just so you know, I'm talking about the overall market. All right. So we want to see the 1 hour stay sideways for the next 2 to 3 hours. If you start dropping here, it's the 4 hour pinning us. And it's just huge that we don't break this point of control at 23,000. It's back to 23K again, and that kind of sums up the bottom of this area. So what do I see happening till tomorrow morning? Where do I see Bitcoin when we wake up in the morning? I love doing this because we'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. And I like to see kind of if my projection is correct. So, hey, if we go sideways till 2 to 3 in the morning and we're still sideways, there's a likelihood we are breaking out into the morning and we see 24,008, almost 25K tomorrow morning. And we short squeeze all the way at an insane Monday breakout. It could happen. All right. But if you see kind of more red candles in the next 2 to 3 hours, it's likely we're dropping down and we're testing this area. They probably will flush us down into this area to scare everybody, 22.5. Then they'll bring us back up and keep us at the bottom of the pattern. And that will be the false move for Monday. So it really depends on what I see happening in the next 2 to 4 hours. Really, I'll say 3 to 5 hours, really. I know I'm being real. But this candle is going to teach me. The 1 hour and the 15-minute are going to give us kind of more of an idea of what happens into the night. All right. An insurance short could be placed right now with a stop loss up at this point. In case we do tend to drop, then you're already set. And if we go sideways, you can cancel it and then switch long and take it up to the upside. So just 2 ideas. But again, those are just ideas. You got to figure out whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say I do should be taken as financial advice, but that's just what I'm looking at for Bitcoin tonight. On the weekly candle close, may God bless each and every one of you. Blessings on blessings. All right. Sam likes Sideways. Sideways Sam in the Morning Glory Zoo Radio, baby. Sideways Sammy in the Morning Glory Zoo Radio with Gina Balbina, my traveling guest around the world. We're going to interview a giraffe and an elephant who paints today on the show. And I can't wait to see my next guest next week. And it's a monkey that knows sign language. Shout out to everybody on the live. Sam mentions the insurance short. I have to close all my long trades now. You're funny, man. I was 6 for 6 on that. This one looks like less insurance-y and more for show. You know what I mean? But like it may... The other ones were kind of more when I was like, Because even if this drops down, like, it's not that fun of a short. You know what I mean? Personally. But again, it is what it is. I'm just trying to, for the people that are really degen and like the little mini trades on the smaller time frames. I have an elephant painting. That's insane. Dingo Bo Bingo. The nose knows. Let's take a look at CRO on the super chats. And XRP had a little bit of a run today. 41 though, still, to me, it's got to get above this channel here. Bounce out. Maybe retest. These areas are key for me for XRP. 51 bounce. But I hold XRP. I hold a big old bag of it. Know that I'm in for the long haul with XRPZ. Quant did get the bounce. I went over the idea that Quant is in this cup and handle. It would bounce to the upside. It did get it. Got the move. It's getting tighter and tighter in a channel here. Only a matter of time until Quant makes an enormous move to the upside. But I'll go over that at another time. C98, is it ready for its next big banger? I mean, what you want to understand is this. I've been teaching you how to scalp these coins, how to swing trade them, how to take them. So here, it's starting to make this flag. If this continues in the flag, C98, right? And look, and you're front running that you're going to get above the point of control, which you are right now. And then you're going to get the golden cross, which you're getting. And this thing's going to moon. So everything that has mooned already, you want to look for the similar idea. It's like in 2 weeks, if this doesn't make a 46%, and maybe the market took a turn for the worse, anything is possible. Always use a stop loss, but it's a high opportunity value idea based on what we've been looking at. All right. So just kind of, trying to build your confidence, build your understanding of the technical analysis so you can use it to your advantage. You want to kind of start finding little tips and tricks that work for you and redoing them over and over and over again. All right. D-Race. I mean, look at this. I just recently put this out, banged on them to the upside. I put this out, I think I went over this earlier this morning. This is absolutely absurd. This is absurd. Hold on. Like I just drew that. Let's take a look at the live here from this morning. This morning lives, they're starting to get pretty crazy. They used to just be these kind of little bitty things that not many people paid attention to. But they're getting kind of nuts. Intro, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it was last night. Oh, no, it was that. I see D-Row, not D-Race, right? No, yeah, I called it D-Row accidentally, but it's D-Race. See? I put this out this morning. Did this thing go even higher? Yeah, it just exploded. I mean, this is insanity. So, like, this is it this morning. And that thing would just go on a tear. Unbelievable. Like, it was like right here at this second yellow, right? Yeah, the second yellow. So how much more did it go? Floored up another. And that's what these Adam and Eve cup and handles do. Just what they do. Phantom's got it going on. I wouldn't be surprised if Phantom rips to 71 cents. It's the same idea here. Look. You see? See how I can understand these? I can teach you so much about the charts that you wouldn't even believe. And it's more than just a coin in a setup. It's more of these overall ideas that just freaking pay you money like an ATM. Nice place would be a reset down to here, but if it keeps staying in a flag, I mean, this thing could continue to the upside and get to 71 cents. Showing you these bigger ideas here. All right. All right. Super chats, let's take a look at Crow and XYO. Like you don't know, no. All right. So people keep asking me about their Crow coin. They love their Crow. They can't wait to get bagged again. No, I'm just not about keeping my coins on any of these exchanges. So Crow hit a crazy bottom, right? There's a lot of speculation it was going to go under and a lot of nonsense too as well, right? Crypto.com. I still think it's a sketchy organization, but again, I don't know. So I don't want to spread FUD. I personally wouldn't deal with it, but you never know. You know what I mean? I don't know. So I honestly, good luck to everyone and everything in crypto. I'm personally not involved with them, and I don't want to be, but you never know. So look what I see for Crow. It's got the ascending triangle. It's got the golden cross approaching. I mean, I've seen about 80% of the coins that have this setup have popped for about 20 to 40 to 50, some 130%. So this says it can do it. Its next resistance point is really right about there at 0.9 cents. And then you get to this area. I mean, it's a very likely move. And you got a gap of the VRVP. So you got a gap right here. You're likely to pump right here. I mean, it's kind of set in stone that that's going to make a 30% gain. It's all here. VRVP gap. Right? So what you could do is be like, you got your golden cross here, ready to boom to the upside. I like seeing that. Right? Then you got your gap of the VRVP. And I mean, you're ready to rock and roll, baby. I like what I'm seeing here. Momentum indicator pushing up. Lack of bearish momentum on the MACD. Likely to print some money. And man, this feels like a dang bull run. We're back in action again, baby. We are back in action. Momentum pushing. Momentum pushing up. Aggressively too, you know. I mean, that's likely to make a move. Shout out to everyone who put that on the radar. Crow. And you can kind of see the ideas that I got cooking for you. Every single chart is a learning moment. Every single chart is a learning moment to keep you situated, to keep you focused, to keep you going, baby, and keep you disciplined. I'm going to be on you like peanut butter and jelly, baby. Making sure that you're putting in your best work every single day. If you're in my trading group, if you're kicking it with me, I'm not going to allow you to slouch just because it's Sunday, baby. I'm going to keep it pushing every single day. XY has not changed. I will not change my story. It may go longer and longer. It may elongate here, right? But we're still in there. We're in the money right now. Not huge. 22-hour did get pushed up. I don't like that. Daily still has momentum. So the daily would have to kind of keep pushing on that 22. I don't like how high the 22 got and how much love we didn't get. And the 4-hour is pushing back down again. So as we may come back down to the zone. So says we may get a better price. 4-hour looks like we're coming back down to the bottom of the channel for sure. Right? No guarantees though. But I do like this tight movement that we're getting. And it's testing my patience. It's a lot like the one-hour trade that goes sideways. Not every trade's going to play out. All right? Especially, you know, we're not in a full-blown bull market yet. Not even close. Not even close. So we're going to watch this 4-hour cool off. I'd put an alert down here. I wouldn't personally jump into the trade if I wasn't already into it. Looks like it may need to cool a little bit. D-race, we already kind of seen it just continuing to rip out of control. Insanity. Is there more gas in the pipe? I mean, the 4-hour is very overbought. You're away from the 21-day moving average. You're getting far apart. I would consider taking some bacon off the beach. You know what I mean? Flag out the 1-hour time frame. I mean, the 1 minute, because it's moving so fast. That's all you really have. And there's some scalps here. Like that could scalp, but that's high risk scalping. You'd have to know what you're doing on small time frames. I don't even do that regularly. It's not my thing. 19% gains could possibly be coming. I do it if it's like, oh, so almost obvious. It does have what's called a hidden bullish divergence, which tells me that there's a high likelihood that this will play out. But that's a high-risk scalp on the 1-minute time frame for D-race, right? Something you kind of have to be here to see, and then you'd have to understand how to play that on your own 100%. Again, that's just something I kind of, you know. I like JASMY. I already talked about JASMY in my trading group. It's in this ascending triangle that has some love in it, in my humble opinion. And you could even connect these two and call it, you know, say it's in a symmetrical too. You see that? There's two sides to the idea here, but 4-hour needs to cool off again after that major pump for the market. 4-hour needs to cool off, so I'd wait for the 4-hour to cool off before I jumped into any trade, unless, you know, and Bitcoin's going to steal the show a little bit too. All right. So that 4-hour to me would have to cool off a little bit. Thought we'd get way more of a run up than we got this morning from that run. Last 14 to 16 hours. ADS says my man or my woman. I'm not sure who sent it. Alchemy. All right. So I looked at Alchemy here one day. It rounded and eventually did pop, you know. Not too shabby. Shout out to Type Crow. Appreciated. Compares to my Crow chart. Learning quick. God bless you anytime, my friend. God bless you anytime. Thank you for coming to meet me for lunch. Next time you have to have the waffle. I'm never going to forget about it. No, I'm really just joking, but it's fun to have these like little funny things in the show. So now you're always a remnant. You're a part of the show now. Because you didn't have a waffle. You're a part of the show. And right now you're going to be like, dude, I was watching my weight because I was taking that guy's course and learning how to be all freaking in shape, you know? Okay, so we have a bounce, bounce, resistance, resistance, fallout, resistance, bounce. All right, ADS. And now we're getting a bounce, and we're oversold in the 22-hour time frame. All right. Wow, another fatty coming in from Joker NYC. Thanks for all the knowledge you share. Which coin do you think will make the most gains in the next bull run? Fetch AI, Matic, or ETH? I know, not financial advice. That's so easy. It's Fetch AI, smaller market cap, and has the AI going for it that Matic and ETH don't. Easily, Fetch AI would outperform both of those, in my humble opinion. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say you should be taking advice, and you'd have to figure that on your own. And you know that has to be a decision you make. But for me, simple. That's a simple move. I also own enough of ETH and Matic and not enough of Fetch. So you're telling me, hey, I need to load up a little more on my Fetch and a little less on my other two, you know? So this isn't a flag here on the 22-hour. This could boom. You just want to make sure that it stays above this. Deuce does an SR flip here. So you're looking for the SR flip. And it could do it. You're getting a golden cross that just occurred. That's kind of a, cup and handle feels. So this has some moves here. ADS, Alchemy, ALKIMI, not to be confused with ALCEHEMY, which is ACH. All right? I got you. I know the coins, so I won't keep you confused. Shout out to NAKA, FLUX, halving happening soon. Yeah, the FLUX is coming. The fluxing is coming to a theater near you. Don't get fluxed. All right, so look, we talked about this going parabolic when it was here. I even made a parabola to show you that it probably would, and it did. All right, then I found it on the 7-minute in a flag and felt it would pump again, and it did. Then it made another channel, and it's starting to show signs that it may do it again. This thing has made a huge gain from a very small price action at the beginning of January when it was only 5 cents. It's now 31 cents. It's done a 6x. We've been trading it off and on. It's got the 77 in it, 31, 70, 72. There you have it, right? What else do I need to say? The daily is spent. It's been on a tear. Can you still scalp the 7? There's a chance, but just be careful. You're starting to fight an uphill battle against the bigger time frames. For Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, thank you for jumping on in. This is a Bitcoin cryptocurrency technical analysis show. Everything you learn here, you could trade any market in the world, though. It's really a trading show. You trade whatever you want with the methods in which I teach. You could trade whatever you want. Look at the gap here. We stay above this VRVP. Then we do go to the volume area high. And we plow up to here. And it just is what it is. That's just what will happen. This in and of itself is in a tiny channel. See? Like that's even in a tiny channel to me there. So signs that this could scalp for one more. It's just very, very high risk at this point. But signs of a high risk scalp are possible. Just remember that daily is looming on you. Right? Very, very high risk scalp. On NAKA. On a Monday night, I'd pass on this. Just because it was so much easier to make the other gains or less difficult, I pass, you know. Flux has the halving. I don't know if you just want me to scream Flux halving or if you just want me to look at Flux. Flux had a huge move, went to 114, I believe, recessed to 96, came back down again. Let's take a look at Flux. We nailed it. I put out Flux in this channel here on the 12-hour time frame. I liked it on the 12. If you remember, it was inside of this. I called out the golden cross coming on the 12. Again, a preemptive golden cross that I put out to my trading group before it happened. Flux would blast for 60% gains. We took them. This weekend was insane. Like if I could go over from Friday to now, the gains in my trading group were absolutely insane. Like let's go over just we got to go. We got to start with this, you know. This sounds like I want to get high. I want to get low. I want to get low with you. I want to get high. I want to get low. I want to get ready ride with you. I want to get low. I want to get low. I want to get ready die with you. Reminds me of that track. I just want to see the Flux call. And once I see the Flux call, I'm going to stop. That's where I'm going to stop this madness. There it is. Okay. Well, maybe, yeah. So look, this weekend, 27th, 28th, 29th, Friday, right? So Friday afternoon, 50% on VRA, right? Axie 3L boom that I talked about getting tight in the channel. I went over high OD, and this went up that afternoon. If you remember, 7:30 by 4 in the afternoon went up. It did give it all back, but it went up hard, right? I talked about Covalent for a long, long time. It just went sideways, eventually would pop for 36%, right? Went over Gala 3L, one of my favorite. As it popped, said, yeah, there's more coming. There was more coming, 50%. A lot of us traded that that night. It was fun. MNet, bang to the upside, boom, 161% gains. I went over it on the weekly screen share. Flux, I talked about, the one I'm going over here, boom for 61. NAKA, I put in a flag on the 7-minute. This thing would continue to boom, or either 1 hour, I think. Yeah, 1 hour. Boom for 25%. Calling the bottom for LMR, and I believe that is the bottom. Publicly calling bottoms for LMR. I believe that is your bottom. You're going to see a bigger move come out of that coin. Luminaire, right? Lumarin. EFX in a tight channel with the stochastic, with the Fibonacci pull on the golden pocket as it bounced. Boomed up for 50%, 49.41. AGIX in this funky swing up. Hidden bullish divergence in the thing would bump out for 28%. EXRD in the flag would bump out. This was on the weekly screen share as well, 28%. Heart I put out at this level. It would continue. Now up 121% for Heart. Morpheus Labs in this tight channel on the 8th beginning. This was a slow burner, but eventually would come to us now. And Alice said to watch it as everything else was booming. This thing would actually break out. Not the best flag. Perfect setup in an ascending triangle for Wild that would bang out for 26.6%. Chi for 6.3, the smallest gainer. And Tem from the Elite, nailing it for 39. And Edgeware, again today at 5 to 7. I mean, that's 3 days. Like, it's insane. And more is coming tomorrow in the next few days. It is not going to stop. And if you want to be a part of this, if you want to understand what I'm doing, I teach class every single Tuesday from 3 to 5:30. Jump on into class today. I can't wait to see you there. It's $100 if you're not in the trading group. It's $60 if you're in the trading group. Jump on in, everybody. I can't wait to see you there. We got to take a look at ES1 to see what's happening with the S&P futures. And right now they're a little high, and the 12-hour says we're coming back down. The 4-hour's curving down on us too at a resistance point. Could be a big fake out here. So far we got the breakout, but this little flag gave it up, right? And we're at resistance. 1 hour time frame's oversold again in the same kind of idea here. So we kind of need the 1 hour to throw a Hail Mary and get us above these zones for us to be able to remain bullish. This is going to be a big thing for us tomorrow. We don't want to see the S&P break 4,000, 4,050 and 60 even. We want to, if we do come, we want to bounce off 4,030 off this high volume node in this resistance area. We break through this. We're going to talk about getting back in the pattern. This is going to be a bull trap, and it's going to be ugly. So we got to be careful. All right. EPK USDT, Epic Protocol or Epic Prime. There's two different ones. I'll go with EPK. So I had it in this cup and handle. Look at that thing blasted to the upside. Look at that. 29 went to a high of 53. Could get all the way to the target. Will it? I mean, you got sold off. You're very overbought on the 4 hour time frame. To me, that would have to be scalping smaller time frames. On a Sunday night, I'd be taking profits and waiting for it to consolidate a little better before I jumped on it again. But that's just me. Boomed up to the upside. Nice place to be. 22 hour time frame still has some gas, but I'd look for a nicer flag here to kind of get it back above, or it came up and retested this area. But we already, that did its thing. Shout out to the graph. Graph boomed up. Look at that. Golden cross happened and it was gone. Look, shoulder, head, and there's a shoulder, head, and a shoulder there. But now you're in this. I mean, you're so extended. This thing would have to just kind of like go on a parabolic run right here to about 13. A lot of people like this right now. It's getting a lot of buzz too. Twitter Spaces and the notch. I own this long term. I believe Covalent could be a better project. They're both Google for searching the blockchain. If you didn't know, that's what they do. All right. I'm getting a little spent here when it comes to my brain though at the end of the night. So my super chats are going to start, I'm draining. I'm getting drained. Let's take a look at SRM, and then I'm done with super chats for the night, everybody. I greatly appreciate it, but I'm shutting it down. If I didn't get to you tonight, I greatly apologize. but I'm shorting it down for the night. We got hidden bullish divergence on SRM. 22-hour time frame still pushing to the upside. I showed you that Adam and Eve double bottom as well, which does extend. We did get the wick all the way up, though. But yeah, I'm still watching this idea. And it is still pushing up. And we have a golden cross approaching. If Sol pumps, which Sol is looking very bullish to me. I put out a Sol chart today that hasn't hit yet. I would pay attention to the charts. A lot of charts I put out today in the trading group, everybody. Pay attention. Pay attention. All right. Super chats, Flux happening soon. We went over that already. I talked about it. Thank you for the love. I even showed when the Flux happening is actually happening, which is on February 4th. It's coming up very, very soon. Right at the happening, we should get a major sell-off. Just remember that. That's usually what happens. So just be careful. For Bitcoin, remember our update. We're going to watch the 1 hour time frame unless it starts to slip, which it is. Highly suggest that the 4 hour could dump us, which it looks like it's going to. 1 hour and the 15 minute are beat, but the 4 hour wants to dump us. So it looks like we could get a 4 hour dump. We could reset the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and we'll end up down here. That could bring a pump back to the upside, though. Right? But remember, in the levels to watch, we don't want to lose are 22,009, 23K. Really, that's our major line there. Bottom of the channel, point of control, and an area. Doesn't mean it's all bad. There's a chance that we could, Nah, see, this flag is ugly. Not respecting the flag that, it's pretty nasty. And the liquidity is a little broken and strange as well. Yeah, it's just a little, it's weird. So to me, we were in a nice channel that broke to the downside. See that? That's why I flag out, because it'll show you, hey, this isn't, your best. Yeah, you can put this out. We're still in this kind of, it's not amazing, but it's not the worst. Could still make a bit of a flag that we could break out of on the 1 hour time frame in the 15 minute. Your length would be this area here. That would be the length of your pole. So we'll see. I'd be careful doing anything right now. I'd be sideways. And there's some altcoins that are likely to pop. All the ones that I gone over, VII, and I have so many charts in the trading group to check out. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. I'll be back up at about 5, 6 in the morning in the trading group. I'll be going over SES1. I'll be going over, the Fear and Greed Index. We'll be talking about what's happening in the markets, and I'll keep you privy to what's going on. Before I go to bed, if I look at something in Bitcoin, I'll probably post it as well. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. I love you all. Have a big sip of your lemon water. Stay hydrated. Drinking water before bed is good for your heart, I've heard. You may have to pee. Don't drink too much. But everyone, thank you so much. I love you. You guys make this stream alive without each and every one of you. And $176 in chat revenue, 376 likes. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? We had 600 some odd watchers tonight. Let's get them going, baby. Let's get them going. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for coming on in. Shout out to anyone that took these pumps, anyone that took gains in my market. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for every single thing you do. I know I said thank you a lot, but gratitude is my attitude, and I'm going to keep it going. I'll see you all tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'll be suited up, clean, ready to rock, and ready to do Monday through Friday business like we always are. Everyone, thank you so much. I'll catch you on the next live. Be safe. Peace. Crypto is life.